Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and The Invisible Woman, issue number 1. This is a limited series. I forget exactly how long this is going. I think it's supposed to be about 5 issues. This looks really good. I enjoyed the heck out of this first issue. Usually I'm not a fan of the credits being put in the middle of the book, but in this particular case, it was kind of perfect. I'm going to explain that after I tell you about the credits themselves. This is The Invisible Woman. Mark Waid is the writer. Mattia De Iulis is the artist. VC's Joe Caramagna on letters. Adam Hughes does the cover. A couple of variant cover artists. One is by Stephanie Hans, another by Steve McNiven and Richard Eisenov, and another still by Jack Kirby and Edgar Delgado. Jack Kirby and Stan Lee created the Fantastic Four. Carlos Loud does the recap design, and Joe Fontiere does the logo design. Hope I didn't butcher those names too badly. So what we get is, in the beginning, this is the Invisible Woman, the Fantastic Four have already been established in the beginning of this book. But this is still in the past, clearly, because she just got her force field powers, but she's not married yet to Reed Richards. So this puts her in a fairly open window of where she's been. This is cool. This is cool. So she worked with S.H.I.E.L.D. under the original Nick Fury. And, yeah, she went into other places and she wouldn't kill. And she had a friend, a co-worker, who wanted to sleep with her, but she's like, no, I'm engaged. That's cool. That's cool. I dig that. This is the perfect example of who Sue Storm is. There is nothing that happens in this comic book that goes antithesis to Sue Storm at the time. And this goes all the way up until the opening credits. Now again, halfway through the book we get the opening credits. I usually despise that. Why did I like it in this particular book? Because this book is laid out like a freaking script, like a screenplay, like I'm reading and watching a movie. Because we establish her back in the past, that she used to do this stuff, and then all of a sudden, opening credits. Perfect. Perfect. And then we come into the modern day. Modern day, she's already been, off planet for several years, and she's back. Her kids are grown up, and blah, 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 blah. She's got a lot more free time on her hands now. And all of a sudden, her old partner is able to get a one single word out from this country called Morovia. He's in there in deep undercover, gets one word out, it's Stormy. They're hoping that the CIA is hoping they can find out more about this information, because remember, S.H.I.E.L.D.'s not in operation anymore. And she can't give any extra information, just, yeah, that used to be my name. He's obviously calling for me. They're like, well, we don't want you to go over there because we remember that you don't like to kill, and we don't think that you've changed very much since then. Mind you, people may say, oh, well, that was back in the 60s. Yeah, but it's likely that, we're just using the Marvel sliding time scale, which means that was probably more like 15 years ago max. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, there's a couple of scenes in here where Sue Storm looks a little bit older. There's especially one scene where you can see a really close-up of her eye, and it looks like it could be some lines where she's squinting her eyes to see something, but it could also just be that she's getting older. To be honest, I've always been in love with the character of the Invisible Woman. Absolutely love this character. And yeah, I would like to see her getting a little bit older, because I'm pretty sure that she would still be that extremely hot mom, that extremely hot grandma. You know what I'm saying? That's always been who she was. There's always been that air that she's put out. In this, she's still not willing to kill, but Nick Fury, his son at least, and it's established very nonchalantly that she's familiar with Nick Fury Jr., though not overly familiar with him, but nonetheless, he's sent to stop her from going overseas. Now, I think that in the end of this, and I hope that's the way this works, is that if she is able to save everything, whatever, when she is able to get back, because she's clearly going to be able to get back, that it's, obviously it's going to be publicly denied that she was sent over there, but I think it's going to be along the lines of this CIA agent who told her about this information, gave her exactly enough information so that she would go over there, regardless of whether anybody gave her permission to go or not. This way, it's the perfect deniability. Oh no, we didn't tell her to go over there, and we really didn't, but we knew she was going to go over there anyway. I think that's what's going to wind up happening with this, and I would love for that to be the case. This guy, this CIA agent, as most CIA agents, come off as, really cocky, real bastard. Like he trivializes her espionage work in the past. No, that's like the perfect way to do things with Sue Storm. You know what I'm saying? Suggests that anything that she's done in the past or anything that she does today is rather inconsequential. It's like, oh, I'm sure all these things would have fallen into place regardless. You just happen to be there to kind of clean up a little bit. Right, dear? Yeah, that's a really good way to set Sue Storm off. I love this book. This is a really cool, interesting book. Plus, since we're in the spy business and we're in Madripoor, Sue Storm has to meet up with somebody overseas that she wasn't expecting, but this person was expecting her. And I can't tell you how excited I am to see these two work together. And I'm going to give you the spoiler in the sense of the cover for the next issue. I'm not going to show you the final pages of what happens in here, but I am going to show you the next issue's cover, which you can see anywhere. You don't want to see it. This was your time to leave. You're a little late. Boom. She's going to be working with the Black Widow. I can't remember a time in comic book history where these two have ever really generally worked together. Somebody's going to be like, oh, the Fantastic Four and Avengers have teamed up lots of times. I think most people understand that's not what I meant. So I am seriously looking forward to seeing basically a Marvel team up with Sue Storm and Natalia Romanova. Holy crap. This looks like it's going to be really good. And they're in Madripoor, the most dangerous place in the world to be. No laws, unless you're a criminal. Then you may have some protections on your side. Wow, this is looking good. This is looking good. I think in Madripoor there would be a place called Victim Justice as opposed to any place else where it's criminal justice. Imagine that. Anyway, guys, we're done. I can't wait to get to this next issue. This looks really fun. I knew it was going to be. I didn't realize they were going to get quite so in depth. But then again, it's Wade. I should have expected. Wade is going to do a great story. He knows these characters. He knows these characters like they're best friends. What do you call it? And that's all that we're going to wind up getting is a really good understanding of these characters being presented to us with a brand new story that nobody asked for, but we didn't realize that we were missing. Anyway, guys, again, looking forward to next issue. Definitely grab this. You want to wait till trade? Your loss. All right, guys. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.